This is what Eric Adams had to say.
Listen, there was a book that came out that Jasmine Ray wrote. And in the Daily News today, it was stated that there was a sexual action that happened in Borough Hall to be put in that book. And it wasn't. You're a dog sick person, man. You know that? You're a dog sick person. Your name was on the byline. And there's some of you that have been covering me. You guys could part. Let me do this. Y'all could depart. Some of you have been covering me for 3.5 years. Some of you are so sick and dark, and you're the leader of that. You're one of the most dark writers that I've ever seen in this city. And your personal sick vendetta and the sickness of how you think of over-sexualizing a black man, that in the book is stated that there was a sexual action in Borough Hall. That was never in the book. But that's typical of the sickness and the darkness of your sick mind. You're one of the sickest reporters I know. Go to the next question. You're a sick person.
What's your reaction to Letitia James getting indicted?
I'm going to do the same thing to her, what I ask of everyone. When I was going through my situation, let the process play out. People attacked me, they called me names, they destroyed an impeccable record in the city. Folks, I've been doing this for 40 years. I have 40 years of delivering for the people of the city of New York. And within months, my entire life was destroyed. And some of you who knew me joined the chorus of calling me all sorts of names. He made a deal, he did this. All of you that knew me, I was really surprised. And some of you broke my heart. I was surprised that y'all saw how impeccable my record was as a police officer, state senator, borough president, and as a mayor. And within months, because of a lawfare, you all of a sudden turned me into a criminal. You characterized my administration as corrupt. You didn't look at the dedication and commitment and the success of this city. And I noticed, you know what's interesting? I'm seeing none of you report some of the stuff that is coming out of the FBI of what happened under the Biden administration.
Kay Cooper says Eric had a side chick. Not surprising. Kay Cooper, I don't know why that's what, but how does that affect his ability to be able to do his job as the mayor of New York? I don't even know if he got a main chick. Do Eric Adams got a main chick? Kay Cooper, why do you see that as a problem for Eric Adams? Honestly, I'm genuinely asking a question. Like, why do y'all see that as a problem that he had a little bit of side, that he had a side? So Eric Adams got boxolitis. What's the problem? Eric Adams got boxolitis. Why do you see that as a problem? That's between him and his chick, though. Honestly, that's between him and his hoes. I don't really care as long as you do your job. Now, if you letting your side chicks interfere with what you supposed to be doing on a daily basis, we got a bigger problem on our hands. But honestly, that's between him and his chicks. I don't really care about that. I don't see that as a problem.
I'm not seeing you report that. I'm not seeing you report some of the hidden records and the hidden files. I'm not seeing that anymore. But what you did in those months, to me, I'll never forget that. It was wrong. I did not deserve that. And as a mayor and as a public servant, I committed myself to the city, and I'm going to.
Oh, you said he's not married? So then really, why do we care if he's not married? I ain't never seen him with no chick publicly like that. Like, I ain't never seen him go to any situation, any event, I ain't never seen him go to the governor's ball or whatever it is that they got going on over there in New York. I ain't never seen him flaunting no chick anyway, so I don't really think it's a problem.
Continue to commit myself to the city in the process. What's up, Kelly?
Hi, Mr. Mayor.
What's going on, Kelly?
I'm good. I wanted to ask you to follow up. Speaking of your indictment, you talked about the Justice Department weaponizing that indictment, going after black politicians. I mean, this is another black politician being indicted here in the city. What's your response to that?
Do you feel they weaponized me? Of course, you can answer. You asked me about others, but I remember how you covered me. You didn't feel they weaponized me. I was indicted for calling the fire department to do a building inspection, and many of you who covered me during that time were salivating at the thought that Eric will go to jail for 33 years. So don't start asking me about what do I think about what's going on now. I want to know what did y'all think about when my life was destroyed in this city. And I wish I had a mic so I can drop it right now.
Yo, if more politicians spoke like this, we'd have greater respect for them. Eric Adams should have been talking like this the entire time that he was in office. Just keeping it 100. Eric Adams should have been speaking like this the entire time that he was in office. If he was speaking matter of fact, the problem with most politicians is that A, they have not learned from Trump. Jasmine Crockett is trying to take a play out of Trump's book, but she's doing it wrong because she's just trying to insult people. She's not speaking candidly about the truth, right? She's still standing on that Democratic platform. But if Eric Adams had been more endearing to the people by being authentic and just saying the truth, hey, call these journalists out like they are. If these people act like they got access to you, but they wouldn't actually ask you the question before writing the story, and then they actually switched up on you, because first of all, you're going to have to understand that you ain't got no friends in this game. You don't have any friends in this game, Playboy. You don't. You have zero friends in this game. When you become a politician, when you become a content creator, when you become a public figure, when you become an entertainer, when you become somebody that people have to pay attention to, you don't have any friends in this game. So Eric Adams' first mistake was assuming that these people actually had his back, and he should have known better. You've been around for too long, and you've been a politician for too long. I can't even imagine that he's mad. When people do certain stuff, I don't even take it as a slight. I'd be like, well, what was you waiting on? I'll be impressed when people take longer than expected to get to the meat and potatoes. Listen, you won't smoke? Then let's go ahead and get to it, Playboy. What we talking about? Like, let's not wait. Let's not stand on ceremony. Ah, you fight like a younger man. Mr. Wayne, let's not stand on ceremony, Mr. Wayne. Let's not stand on ceremony. Let's just get straight to it. And I do think that a lot of these reporters and these so-called journalists, it's not really journalists anymore. I think that they need to be called out and they need to be addressed to their face, because a lot of times they hide behind some kind of paper. You don't really get to see them. The only thing you get to see is whenever something is already produced and they throw you out of the window and all of this stuff. And so they get to hide. Everybody should have to show their face when they saying something negative about somebody. Let's not stand on ceremony, Mr. Wayne. Let's not stand on ceremony, Eric. You think that the darkness is your ally. The darkness is not your ally. You don't got no friends in this game, big dog. He has zero friends in this game, and I can appreciate Eric Adams for saying what he really thought, but he's only saying it now because he's not running for mayor anymore. And we just need more authentic politicians, right or wrong, good or bad. I would respect Democrats if they stop posturing and giving us talking points and actually giving us the truth on what it is that they stood for. Listen, if y'all want a new Democratic candidate to come out as the front runner and the face of the party, you got to find somebody that's authentic. Not somebody that's radical. You got to find somebody that's authentic. Millie adopted the dog. You got to find somebody that's authentic. All of these people keep on telling y'all what y'all want to hear, keep on playing games and playing in your faces and acting like that they your friends and all of that stuff. They not your friends. They don't care nothing about you. They don't really hold you down. They don't have your best interests at heart. Y'all, listen, if you're a content creator or you're an entertainer or you're a politician or you're anything public facing that people are going to talk about, you're going to have to start treating the media like hoes. And what do hoes do? They talk. They talk. They talk about you. They talk and they advertise for you. They talk to their homegirls and they give them the sauce. And then their homegirls is going to wind up coming and subscribing to what you got going on. That you got to start treating them like, oh, nigga, what? What did you expect? You didn't expect anything different. When you start dealing with that chick, you knew that it was a possibility of A, B, and C. And so if you're not girding up and protecting yourself, if you got wild expectations from a chick that you just met, but you was able to bust her down on the first day you fell in love, what are you talking about? That's not your chick. That's everybody's chick. She for all of us. That's all of ours. It's just your turn, big dog. And so you the one that wifed her. And so now you disappointed when hoes do what the hoe did. And every woman is not a hoe. I want y'all to understand that. It's unfortunate that I have to sit here and explain to you that every woman is not a hoe, every man is not a pookie. You slot it according to the fruits that you produce. Your fruits show that you have hoe behavior, and so accordingly we shall treat you. And so Eric Adams, or any politician for that matter, expecting to get fair treatment in hostile territory is delusional at best. And if you start treating the media and other people just like you treat people in the streets, then you would have better results and you wouldn't have so many problems.